Have you asked yourself the question, who or what are you willing to die for? Hey everybody, it's Magic Prepper, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic that's something you should definitely have thought about before you're ever put in this situation. And that is, who or what are you willing to die for? A lot of us have a lot of preconceived notions as to what we would be willing to die for, whether or not that be God, country, family, and so on. However, making those decisions now can make sure that you act appropriately based on whatever circumstance you're put in. Now, really quickly, if you do like videos about SHTF topics, survival, prepping, or anything listed thereof, please hit the subscribe button below. It helps the channel grow, and I appreciate you guys' support all the time. So, I just had to think about this recently because it was one of those situations where, maybe you're watching a movie or maybe you're watching a show and you realize that somebody has to make that ultimate sacrifice, right? So there's a circumstance that arises where someone says, either you're going to die or they're going to die, or this country is going to fall, or you have to sacrifice your life to save it, or whatever it might be, okay? And I feel like in these different scenarios where we actually have a chance to kind of think about it before it actually happens, it gives you a lot of leverage when that time comes to already have that decision made, to know what your A or B is going to be in that situation. So, a lot of people, especially when related to SHTF survival or post-collapse survival or something like that, have different ideas in mind, And generally, a lot of Americans, the way we think anyway, is that we put God, country, and family. So basically, die for God, die for your country, die for your family. And then that's the order of importance, because without God, there is no country. And without a country, there is no family. Without a family, there's no point. So it's something you have to consider. And everyone's individual circumstance is very different. If you're a solo person, you're by yourself, you're a lone wolf, let's say, just for the purpose of this exercise, and you don't really have anyone who depends on you, or you don't have anybody to report back to, basically, maybe it's okay for you to say, look, I'm willing to go out and die for my country. I'm willing to go out and die in the name of God, or whatever it might be. But for someone like myself, where I have many people who rely on me and many people who expect me to be there to protect them or make sure that they get resources that they need, and especially in like a post-SHTF environment, be the guardian of our family, I don't think I can sign up for that. It's a really difficult decision for me, but in all reality, if I die for any other reason besides my family, then there's a good chance they're going to die too. And if I die for my family, hopefully it's because I gave them an opportunity to survive longer or to avoid some kind of suffering that might have otherwise happened, versus if I were to go, let's say, off and fight some kind of a post-apocalyptic marauder war, something along those lines, just because of principle, and leave my family behind, which is mostly, women, then basically I'm signing a death warrant for them as well, because they require me to be there to help protect them, to help feed them, to help make sure that things go the right way, because each of us has our own role in our family unit, and one of those roles when it comes to guardianship is mine. So I have a very particular list of things that I like to consider when I'm thinking about this topic, but in general, especially related to SHTF or something like that, where there isn't a family get-together every year, where you can't fly and visit your in-laws or whatever it might be, I already know that my decision is that I will only die for my family if I have a choice, basically. If I know what I'm going to do is going to kill me, but it's because it saves my family, that's the decision I have to make. If I'm going to do anything else, then in my mind I know already that I'm dying and my family's probably going to die now too. Because that's me leaving them behind without someone to be there to protect them, take care of them, and do what they have to do. So each individual circumstance is different. And you might not agree with my lineage then. Maybe you're a super hardcore patriot, and no matter what the scenario, you're going to die for your country and your country alone. That's fine, and I don't have any problem with that, and in fact, I applaud you for feeling that way. But I have to make decisions based on what's best for not just me, but my family as well. And it's something I think everyone here, everyone on the channel should think about. Take your time, think about it, and really think what you're willing to die for, or who you're willing to die for, because you need to be able to make that decision when the time comes. And this is one of those SHTF scenarios that happens, right? Somebody, comes out of the woodwork and they're looking for supplies or they need help, and you have to decide at that moment whether or not you're going to go out there and find out what it is they need, okay? And that's you risking your life at that point because you don't know what that stranger is bringing to the table. So you're risking your life to see what this other person needs, which might kill you, which might leave your family behind. So you have to know, are you willing to die to go out and see if that person needs help? Or are you willing to just stay in where your family is and protect them and keep upholding your duty, basically? So honestly, very difficult decisions. Very interesting topic to really think about, though, because there's a lot of situations that could arise, especially in a post-collapse or SHTF style environment, where you have to make a lot of those decisions quickly, possibly. And I want everyone here, at least anyone who likes this channel or watches these videos, to really think about what they would do so when that time comes, easier decision to make, quicker response time, hopefully more guaranteed survival for you, okay? So, very difficult, but just to keep in mind, I want you guys to not just buy gear and not just have food, but I also need you to have a good mindset and a good philosophy in mind for what your decisions are going to be when you're presented with those situations that most likely would arise during a scenario like that. Okay? So, really enjoy hanging out with y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all those things that everyone wants you to do. And then if there's anything else you have, please comment below and let's talk about, what your decisions look like, or maybe what your priority list is like, or maybe what you think is applicable for this scenario in your life, and we can just chat about it because that's where I'm learning a lot. That's where hopefully everyone else is learning a lot. And the whole point is to come together and kind of get some better ideas thrown around. So without anything else to say about this topic right now, that's it for Magic.